Every single great company, whether it's a tiny startup just getting its footing in a garage or some global powerhouse, they all follow this kind of hidden blueprint. It's really the story of how they structure themselves to grow, to innovate, and honestly, just to survive. So today, we're going to trace that exact blueprint.
So how does a simple idea become a global giant? I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? And it's not just about having a brilliant product, not by a long shot. It's really about building an organization, a structure that can actually handle the wild, explosive growth and all the complexity that comes with success. So how do they do it?
Well, I can tell you this. The journey is anything but a straight line. It's more like a roller coaster. It kicks off with this passionate chaos, Then it shifts into a necessary, almost desperate quest for control. And ultimately, if it survives, it learns to thrive in a state of constant, non-stop change. So let's trace that path together, phase by phase.
All right, Section 1. A company is born. Let's go right back to the very beginning, to that entrepreneurial stage. This is what we all think of as the garage phase, right? It's just fueled by pure passion, a ton of energy, and honestly, a refreshingly simple way of just getting stuff done.
So in the beginning, pretty much every company has what's called a simple structure. And it's exactly what it sounds like. We're talking low departmentalization, wide spans of control, and all the authority is centralized in one single person, the owner. Basically, there are no real departments. The founder makes all the key decisions, and everyone just reports directly to them. Now the upside? Oh, it's incredibly fast, super flexible, and really cheap to run. But the major downside? It's a massive bottleneck. Literally everything depends on that one person.
Okay, next up, from chaos to control. Because here's what happens. When that simple structure actually succeeds, it starts to grow. And with growth comes, well, complexity. That initial beautiful chaos, it becomes completely unsustainable. Suddenly, orders are getting missed, communication is breaking down, and the founder just can't be everywhere at once. The company desperately needs a new blueprint. It needs to find some control.
And this right here is the first major evolution. You see this big shift from that simple, chaotic structure to what we call a functional structure. The company basically trades in that flat, simple model for specialized departments. Marketing, finance, operations, the whole shebang. The goal isn't just about pure speed anymore. Now it's all about efficiency and building real expertise.
Now, this shift wasn't just some random thing that happened. It was built on the ideas of these thinkers, the original architects of order. You had Frederick Taylor bringing scientific management to the factory floor. Then Henri Fayol gave us administrative management, and Max Weber introduced the idea of bureaucracy. And back then, bureaucracy wasn't a dirty word. It was a way to create fairness and predictability in a chaotic world.
So all these new managers, they needed a toolkit, right? And Fayol's work gave them this classic model, what we now call POLC. It's pretty straightforward. You plan your goals, you organize your resources, you lead your people, and you control the outcomes. This super simple framework became the fundamental process for creating order out of all that chaos. And the backbone of this new controlled world, it's something called bureaucratic control. This is a system that's all about formal rules, standardized procedures, and a really clear hierarchy of authority. Why? To ensure consistency and predictability. It means everyone, from the brand new hire all the way up to a senior manager, is playing by the exact same rulebook. That's how you deliver a consistent product or service time and time again.
Okay, new section, surviving a changing world. So now our company is all grown up. It's mature, it's efficient, it's stable, but the world outside isn't. Suddenly there are new competitors, wild new technologies, and customer tastes are shifting on a dime. And this creates a huge new challenge. The very structure that gave them all that stability, well, now it can become a cage.
And this is where things get really interesting. A new idea pops up called contingency theory. And it basically says there is no single best way to organize a company. The right structure is contingent, or, dependent on a bunch of key factors. Things like your overall strategy, the size of your organization, the kind of technology you're using, and maybe most important of all, the environment you're operating in.
So this way of thinking leads to two totally opposite models. On one side, you've got the mechanistic structure. Think of it like a machine. It's rigid, decisions are centralized, and everything is highly formalized. It's perfect for a stable, predictable environment. But on the other side, you've got the organic structure. This is more like a living organism. It's flexible, decentralized, and super adaptive. It's built to survive in a world that's dynamic and completely unpredictable. Which brings us to our next section. the agile modern firm. Because that's what's happening today. The most successful modern companies, they've figured out how to blend the best of both of those worlds. They've evolved their structures and, even more importantly, their methods of control to be incredibly agile.
Hey, remember that manager's toolkit we talked about, POLC? Well, in the contemporary model, it's less of a step-by-step march and more of a continuous dance. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling aren't a sequence anymore. They're a simultaneous cycle. Managers are doing all of it, all at once, constantly adjusting in real time.
So how does control work in this new world? Well, you guessed it, it evolved too. The first layer is still that bureaucratic control we talked about. It's based on rules and hierarchy, and it's really effective for ensuring compliance. Just think about a giant fast food chain. It's how they make sure every burger is made the exact same way no matter where you are in the world. It works when you need everyone to follow the playbook, period.
But then you get the next layer up, which is market control. Now, this isn't about internal rules. It's about external results. We're talking prices, profit, and competition. Business units are judged by external metrics like revenue and market share. Think about a huge conglomerate. They don't tell their different brands exactly how to operate day to day, but you better believe they're measuring their performance in the market.
And finally, we get to what might be the most powerful form of control of all, clan control. This isn't about rules, and it's not even about profits. It's about culture. It's based on shared values, on trust, and on norms. In companies with a really strong culture, employees essentially self-regulate. They do the right thing not because a manager is watching or a spreadsheet tells them to, but because they genuinely believe in the company's mission.
I love this idea. Hire great people and trust them, the culture will do the rest. It just perfectly captures the essence of clan control, doesn't it? It's a huge shift from managing by instruction to leading by inspiration. The culture itself becomes the ultimate control system, guiding thousands of individual decisions all toward a common goal.
All right, final section. Why this blueprint matters. So after this whole journey, from that chaotic startup to an agile giant, why should you care? Because look, these principles aren't just for CEOs of massive corporations. They apply to any team, any project, any organization you're a part of.
So, let's boil it all down. Here are the key takeaways. Number 1, structure has to follow strategy. Always, not the other way around. Number 2, it's all about finding that balance between control for efficiency and flexibility for innovation. That's the constant struggle. And finally, number 3, the most powerful control system you have, your ultimate competitive advantage, it isn't your rule book, it's your culture.
So, I'll leave you with this one last question to chew on. Is your organization's blueprint designed for yesterday, or is it actually ready for tomorrow? Take a hard look at the way your own team or company is built. Is its blueprint a relic of a more stable past, or is it a dynamic, adaptive design that's truly ready for whatever comes next?